Of all the eerie places around the world, and there are a lot, there's something extra spooky about haunted hotels. Maybe it's the influence of so many movies and TV shows, but things going bump in the night seem to be even bumpier in a hall packed with sleeping strangers. Having said that, those same haunted hotels can also be extremely luxurious, with more than just urban legends to get your heart thumping. Whether they're castles in Ireland or top resorts, check out these hotels that have a little extra spirit. Crescent Hotel, Eureka Springs. Billed as one of the most haunted hotels in the US, this Arkansas hotel has had plenty of opportunities to attract spectral visitors since it first opened in 1886, serving at various points as a resort, a conservatory for young women, and even a cancer hospital of the 1920s fraud physician. Guests have reported sighting over a dozen ghosts, including Michael, a stonemason from the building's original construction, and Theodora, one of the hospital's ill-fated cancer patients. But if you don't bump into one in the halls, don't worry. The hotel also hosts nightly ghost tours. Dalhousie Castle, Scotland. Built in the 13th century, it's no surprise that the Dalhousie Castle has a storied past. Dozens of ghosts roam the property, most notably Sir Alexander Ramsay. It's alleged that in 1342 he was starved to death by William Douglas and has wandered the grounds ever since. Late at night, you might also run into Grey Lady, the ghost of Lady Catherine, who haunts the castle's dungeon. Omni Parker House, Boston. The Omni Parker House is a historic hotel in downtown Boston that has been home to plenty of ghost sightings throughout the years, including those of Harvey Parker, who built the hotel, and mysterious sounds and occurrences. Charles Dickens once occupied the third floor, and elevators are often sent to the third floor for no reason. In one particular room on the 10th floor, guests have complained about the sound of a rocking chair keeping them awake during the night, but the hotel has no rocking chairs. Queen's Mary Ship Hotel, Long Beach, California. The retired Queen Mary Ship and Hotel in Long Beach, California is so celebrated as a haunted destination that it even offers haunted tours of its most paranormal hotspots. Among the spirits spotted is a lady in white, a sailor who died in the ship's engine room, and children who drowned in the ship's pool. The First World Hotel, Malaysia. If you're looking to gamble with the dead, make your way to the Kuala Lumpur. The First World Hotel has a little bit of everything. Set atop Malaysia's Titiwangsa Mountains and boasting a tropical rainforest and theme park on its grounds, its most mysterious attraction is its paranormal activity. Reports suggest that some visitors to the largest hotel in the world have suffered from sleepless nights due to the restless poltergeists that haunt the 7,351 rooms. These noisy nightwalkers are the ghosts of high-rolling gamblers who lost big at the resort's 24/7 casinos. Hotel Bircianci, Florence, Italy. Catch a flight to Florence and stay the night in the former 1930s hangout of Benito Mussolini, Hotel Bircianci, one of Florence's spookiest spots. Guests have reportedly spotted a phantom old woman knitting in a lobby chair and a spectral maid waking up in the early hours to clean the rooms. For the biggest scare, book the fresco room, where a beautifully decorated ceiling is trumped by an eerie presence that haunts the room. Those fearless travelers who have spent the night in this palatial crypt have described the sense of being watched by an unknown entity and an icy breath kissing their faces. The numerous close encounters haven't stopped the hotel's glowing reviews, however. The Russell Hotel, Sydney, Australia. Looking for the perfect place to sleep after a long-haul flight to Sydney? Look no further than Sydney's Russell Hotel. Situated prominently in the city's oldest neighborhood, The Rocks, the hotel was frequented by rowdy seamen looking for a place to lay their weary heads, and was later used as a makeshift hospital during an outbreak of the bubonic plague in the early 1900s. The Russell Hotel has since transformed into one of Sydney's best boutique guest houses, but the spirits of its past are said to remain today, with stories of a spectral sailor residing in room 8, casting his ghostly gaze over his fellow lodgers. The Queen Anne Hotel, San Francisco, California, US. Beginning its life as the Miss Mary's Lake School for Girls, this cozy bed and breakfast hotel in San Francisco's scenic Pacific Heights district is allegedly haunted by the ghost of the strict headmistress herself. With the school sold against her will, she remains there today, roaming around the Victorian-style hotel. If you want the first-class spirit experience at the Queen Anne, make sure you book room 410, Miss Mary Lake's former quarters, wherein she'll gladly fluff your pillows or tuck you in at night. The Fairmont Le Chateau, Frontenac, Quebec City, Canada. The centerpiece of Quebec's Old Town, this hotel is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site steeped in rich history. Named after a 17th century governor of New France, Louis de Bois de Frontenac, the governor that died there in 1698. More than 300 years later, guests at the Chateau have spotted the governor wandering around the halls and hotel grounds. The Stanley Hotel, Colorado, US. Fancy yourself a ghost hunter? Book a flight to Denver and head to the Stanley Hotel. The inspiration behind the best-selling novel The Shining, the Stanley Hotel fully commits to its terrifying reputation, inviting guests out on 5-hour ghost hunts and frosty late-night strolls through the hotel grounds. However, if you prefer to explore alone, watch out for the young giggling girls running around on the 4th floor. If their persistent play becomes too much, you can always head downstairs for that loud jamboree happening in the ballroom. Don't be surprised if you arrive to find it's a ghosts-only party. Hotel Merode International, Narita, Japan. Located just a stone's throw away from Narita Airport, Hotel Merode International is a very popular transit hotel in Japan. Staying here while waiting for your next flight seems almost idyllic. Gorgeous airport runway views, amenities like gyms and saunas, and most importantly, a comfortable bed to rest on, if you can. According to an account by a former flight attendant that was staying at the Hotel Merode International, it seems like the sound of airplanes taking off from the airport runway isn't the only sound that's going to keep you up at night. The encounter goes as such. The flight attendant was unable to get a good night's rest because she had been kept awake by the sound of a leaking tap and also loud scrambling footsteps coming from the room above hers. Many might think it's not a big deal. There have been some reviews of the hotel having poor soundproofing, and it might just be that the guests upstairs were unaware of the noise that they were making. But here's the catch. The flight attendant was staying on the highest floor of the hotel. Perhaps even more ghastly than the story recount of the flight attendant, the Hotel Merode International holds a grisly and unfortunate story behind the doors of room 1272. In 1992, members of a cult occupied room 1272 in Hotel Merode International. After months of refusing housekeeping and ignoring the management's request for them to vacate the room, police were finally called in. What they found in the room was beyond gruesome. A mummified corpse, dressed in a bathrobe, was laying on the bed, illuminated by candlelight. The decomposed body filled the room with a stench of rancid flesh and had a green face. He was the late father of one of the cult members and was being treated by the cult leader, who insisted that the victim was still, in fact, alive. Police later confirmed that the victim had already been deceased for at least 4 months upon discovery. Grand Hyatt Hotel, Taipei, Taiwan. Located in the bustling Xinyi district, one of the best areas to stay in Taipei, that's known for its glamorous city life, it's difficult to believe that this opulent hotel, right next to the iconic Taipei 101, could be haunted. Still, rumor has it that the hotel houses more than just your average hotel guests. Guests of the Grand Hyatt in Taipei have reported phantom activity in their bathrooms, like toilets flushing again and again, even when untouched. And no, they were not faulty. Spooky snoring that didn't belong in the room, and even accounts of jarring knocks on the room doors in the dead of night. While lavish and beautiful now, it is said that the land that the hotel has been built on has witnessed a much more brutal past. It was allegedly a prisoner camp during the era of World War II, where many cruel executions took place. In the lobby of the hotel, you'll find 2 gigantic Taoist talismans hanging on both sides, which may imply were used to protect the hotel from its uninvited guests. Grand Hyatt Hotel Taipei rebuked this claim, stating that the talismans were merely gifts meant for good feng shui. I'll bet being one of the most popular luxury hotels in Taipei and garnering many good reviews for their excellence, ghostly talk of the Grand Hyatt Hotel in Taipei still lingers. Planning to visit these hotels and do a little ghost hunting anytime soon? We can't wait to get these ticked off our bucket list.